Welcome back to Building Fallout. In our last episode, I showed off a little bit of my higher level character that I followed the same steps as I did through demonstration. I am now a level 70, almost 75, which means I'll be unlocking the second slot for legendary perks, but I've already done that for profile. Um, just wanted to make a check-in video because eventually I'm going to update this one too. But you see we got our good old trusty excavator armor, but now we've also acquired the Hellcat armor. And I want to explain the unique difference between these two sets. This was given free uh, at the end of the Brotherhood of Steel missions when you go to Fort Atlas. And I've rolled a couple of 3 stars on it. Honestly, the Vanguards goes well with the fact I have Vampiric weapon as well as Juggernaut weapon, because they stack, but I also have bolstering. So I like it that the bolstering picks up whenever the Vanguards wears off. It's nothing that's too ideal, but it's something, right? But the Hellcat armor is awesome because everything except for the helmet gives a -2 damage from ballistic weapons. So it's super awesome. But the issue with it is you have to get to the end of the Wastelanders storylines to even be able to trade in the gold bullion for its modifications. So that's why I made it legendary but kept my excavator modified, because it's easier to find the excavator stuff. Just go to the mall and go to the responders. But I wanted to show, because I just logged in and I haven't been logged in for a while, like when you find a spot to camp that is super comfortable for you, like me, I'm down here in the mire, like literally the town I live in is where the Thunder Mountain substation is, so I'm a little bit north of my hometown. But yeah, I live in this area, so this is the area that I know. Um, so it was just kind of cool. I found a junk resource and turned it into a business, right? So that's the idea, because there's the vendor shop, the warehouse is behind it, and then there's my house. But when you find an area that you like, you're going to get real familiar. For example, there's a little runaround that I like to do in this area. I think I've showed it off before in the series, but literally I take this same path every time that I log in. Down here, there are feral ghouls with the chance of wendigos spawning, especially if it's nighttime, they come out more. But there's also lead deposit. Good thing I'm in the excavators, because now I get quadruple on that. And there, yep, see, wendigo. Not sure where the ghoul went though. But the wendigos are good because their teeth are acid. They always drop screws, which are highly sought after and highly used in... Oh, come on. Yeah, highly sought after because they are used in, like, everything. There we go. There's a 75. They also drop the fiberglass spools, which are always nice. And they also have a chance of dropping just a whole bunch of good stuff, really. Yeah, why not? But yeah, and there can be a chance for a second one to go over there. There's usually 3 feral ghouls. But over here... Oh, something got him. But they're usually cultists. There's a chance for a Mothman to show up. Then I like to head south from the cultists. And there's brain fungus everywhere throughout this area of the mire. There's a couple of patches of glowing fungus too, so those are good for crafting and cooking. Now, next to that yellow truck, if we're lucky, a giant hermit crab will spawn. Yep, there he is. And it's easy to tell if it's a giant hermit crab because it's the vans, they're all rusted out, but there's no cab. Like the front of it's been ripped off and they're using it as a shell. So we'll go ahead and light him up. And there's that. Now from here, we're going to hop up into the back of this and a safe as well. If you're into the lockpicking, I saved it for the first legendary perk I took was Master Infiltrator. Oh, come on. So that I could at least try any level of lockpicking or hacking, and you get the level 0s for free. I don't think I've perked that up, and hey, Deathclaw Gauntlet. That's cool. But the point I'm pretty much trying to demonstrate is when you find a place you like, explore around. Like, take a time from, you know, doing missions and whatnot. Because the way I found this loop that I do now every time that I log in is because I had finished a what in the world is that? I had finished a mission. That's a Brahmin. Yeah, I had finished like the whole mission strain. Now that's why there's a Brahmin. So yeah, up here in the rail cars near where I camp, there's always a chance for a random encounter. This time it was a Deathclaw. But I finished I don't remember what it was. I want to say it was like the main storyline. I was like, well, what do I do now? So, in search of that question, I just went around looking for stuff to do. So that showed me that there's a chance of a random encounter here. But then there's also a chance of another random encounter if you come towards the Thunder Mountain substation. Yeah, there'll be... Okay, well, I've never seen that with the two, but you can see now there's an Enclave event nearby. I'm not gonna bother with that, and I'm too curious now.
Can you interface with the terminal?
Sure. Are you a Mr. Handy?
Maybe. Are you a Miss Nanny?
Sure. Do you have a name?
I'm not sure about that. Are you single?
That doesn't sound like anything to me. Is that
Oh, okay. This is Bethesda having a wink at So they put two AIs next to each other to see what they would converse about. And this is the conversation that happened. They're just mocking it. That's pretty cool. Nice little Easter egg, but... I should have gotten here sooner. There would have been more for me to take out. Because, like, I didn't get anything from that gulper. But... there's always some kind of, encounter going on around here. So just take anything that will be of use. Now I've stopped grabbing weapons that don't pertain to me just because all I'm doing is turning them into scrap. I don't get parts anymore. And that's pretty much the route I take, because from there I'll head up to the station. Hold on, one more thing is because there's also I'm just gonna let them converse. Up on this hill that I'm running across right now, there's sometimes a chance for, yep, random animals to spawn. So it could be anything from fox to beaver. I've had frogs, rad stag, the whole lot. But yeah, I usually head up to the train station from the circle just because, you know, there's going to be stuff for me to scrap. There's going to be things for me to sell and whatnot. But we're going to run back towards the camp for a second, because I don't put this into the loop just because it's a bit of a battle, to be completely honest. So what we're gonna do is from... Yes, I'm leaving that event. From the north, we're going to... we're not gonna head to the giant mall, but we're gonna run between it and this pond. Now, what we're looking for, yeah, is the Treetops Village. Okay. But you're gonna want to come down around this rock face, because there is a spawn for a Mirelurk Queen. You heard me. Now you know you're gonna find it because you'll see this debris pile for one. But over there, let me pull out my binoculars. Over there you can see there's a corpse. There's usually, yeah, there's a corpse, there's a mongrel, and then there's a Yaoguai, all surrounding a med kit. It's a trap. It is totally a trap. So we're gonna do... Yeah, we're gonna stick with this armor, and there she is. She's not that difficult, but it just eats up a whole lot of ammo, so that's why I don't throw it into the, you know, I just logged in loop, but... like, why not? Now the only issue is I goo a fighter, and I'm not sure... Really? There we go, okay. Huh. That's the first time I've just found those. I've never even found the... That's... Well, we're taking those. Huh. Yeah, so that was better than I thought. But, and then there's the Treetop Village, which is just good scavenging. Not to mention we're also near the Bell Motel, which is got a daily quest. Yeah, over this way. It's just a nice area to be in, personally, especially for the end game. Because you've also got Berkeley Springs, and then, you know, if you need any of these, there's the workshop. A little bit more north, you have the workshop for the Thunder Mountain power plant, so that can get you your fusion cores, nuclear material, and things like that. But workshops are difficult just because you have the community to deal with. Still, there's a whole bunch of good stuff like Tangara, whatever. T-Town is over here. Actually, no, it's over there, right here. So there's good Mirelurk spawns, or not Mirelurk spawns, Mega Sloth spawns. Yeah, the Southern Bell Motel. There it is. So yeah, there's a daily quest. Not to mention, you know, I've not investigated, but there's daily quests in Harper's Ferry and Berkeley Springs. Not to mention the like right here is a public event that can spawn. So, yeah. The whole point to this video is pretty much get to know your area, because again, you see a lot of these things were not on the map. Like, it didn't show you that there are 2 chances for random encounters stacked right here next to the tracks and the road. Thunder Mountain substation, and all the substations usually have some pack of something to take out that has a leader, so there's a chance for a good drop. You should always try and make a station close by, which I got lucky there. Like, yeah. But once you picked a spot that you know you're going to grow, you're going to go ahead and just get familiar with the stuff that happens in this area. Because again, like, it wasn't the most ideal thing to take out the Mirelurk Queen, but I know she's there. And Mirelurk Queen steaks are pretty good for cooking. Like, hold on, let me fast travel back to camp, because it's free. But it's the same thing with, like, the Mega Sloth steaks. They give energy resistance. So if you know you're going to be going up against a bunch of robots or super mutants that have energy weapons or, you know, something like that, it's good to have that little, you know, healthy boost coming from the food. But let me hop out here. I want to say that the Mirelurk Queen steaks make damage resistance. So no, it's endurance, but still a +2 to endurance. So we just go take out that real quick. You know, that didn't take me, what, 10 seconds to take her out? I don't know, I'm guesstimating. But we go ahead and then give it ourselves a +2 to endurance for half an hour. And then we go take on the Scorchbeast Queen. See, it's just another resource. Same thing here, that's in +1 to endurance, which is half the reason I do it, is because, you know, +1, +2, what have you. And again, these weren't guaranteed. I just got lucky with finding Fox and Deathclaw. And there's damage resist. I forgot I had that recipe. But yeah, like, there's max AP. So it's just good to know what's around, what other resources besides, you know, the node that you find. Let's say you found yourself copper, so you're mining copper at your camp. What else is around? Are there mole rats to give you a +1 to endurance? Are there squirrels to give you a +2 agility? Same thing, you know, are there rabbits? These are things that are as a resource as well, because, you know, not everybody's going to have a company tea machine. Like, this is the stuff that is going to be part of the research of how your camp's laid out, because it's not just the resources you can get from your camp. It's not just having the, you know, Brahmin pen for the raw fertilizer and the Brahmin for the milk. You know, it's not just having all the camp items that you could possibly get, you know, the Scraptrons and whatnot. Or oh, come on, I did that backwards. Because I gotta do... I know, it's excessive, but security is tight. But yeah, your fields, your crops, all of this stuff is, you know, like, obvious, the things that you're going to have resources in the camp. But there are so many resources around the camp, you know, because there's water here for me if I need dirty water for boiled water. There's enough space that I had for a water purifier. You know, I've always got the chance of random encounters happening over there. Down here is another pool of water. And next to this pool of water are 2 food coolers. So there's sweet rolls. It's random, yes, but it's still a chance for you to get an item. So same thing underneath where the Blood Eagle's roadblock was. there's an old campsite. So there's two caps. You know, there's wood and steel. So getting to know what's around your campsite is just as important as how you build your campsite. You know, it's always about location, location, location. You know, they say the same thing when you're starting a business. It's all about location. It's all about that foot traffic. The fact that you can have a public icon for your vendors really doesn't make that whole location thing viable for the business running part of it all, because someone can just go into the vendors, look up whoever's camp and see, oh well, they have so much ammo, they have so much miscellaneous. Like for example, me, I'm a junk dealer, so I have all that junk, but then I have a few other things. You know, if we were, for an example, let's see who else is a vendor here. He has plans, but nothing but plans. This guy's got 2 3-star weapons. He's got a whole bunch of junk, a whole bunch of ammo. So he's doing what I'm doing, you know. And this person has armor. This person is selling so much ammo. Oh, so much ammo. Which, sad to say, ammo is not the best thing to sell, because if you watched my videos up to this point, you can see ammo is like, we never run out of ammo, as long as you're a decent enough shot. But you can see what people are selling, or at least the amounts and the types. So it's not hard for people to just be like, oh, well, let me go check out, you know, Big Kev. And he's got mostly food. So if I needed to go get food, he's the guy. You know, Cthulhu ate you. He's got plans. So, again, the location is not for your vendor. Your vendor can be advertised. The location is for whatever resource you are looking to get in camp. So in this case, I built this around a junk a junk node. A junk extractor is actually buried in my floor. Doesn't have to make sense if it's all security. But yeah, I have a junk extractor buried in the floor. And you can do that with most of the extractors. You can put them in a foundation like that to where just the little bit is showing. You know, and then I got mad wires everywhere. And of course, I have a bunch of things that I've gotten from the atomic shop. Like if you've been watching the videos, you saw me go and buy the Mirelurk steamer. So yeah, it's very easy to turn your camp into a resource gathering thing. Because when you log in, you could start with this. You can come in here and grab your fertilizer, grab all your acid and whatever else you've got going for yourself. Then go on whatever little circle of, hey, I know that there's a bandit camp close by over here. Or, hey, I know that there's a Mirelurk Queen spawn, you know. I know that there's random encounters that happen on this roadway or this railway. When you get familiar with that, you can do your resource gather, go do your circle, and then come back and do your resource gathering again. You know, it's a just quick, easy warm-up, and then you can be like, well, what do I need to do? Oh, I need to go enter Vault-Tec University because I'm trying to get the settlers and the raiders all inoculated and blah, 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 yakety-schmackety. So, yeah. The whole point to this video is it really is advantageous to get to know the people with your local area. So that's, you know, just it's more icing on the cake for me because I'm already got a steady supply of junk to sell to other vault dwellers. I've got a nice fortification, I've got water as a resource, and now I know everything in the immediate area that I can walk to, and hey, I need screws, let's go see if the Wendigo's there. Hey, I need, you know, whatever. Just head that way. And again, it doesn't just go in like the immediate area, because again, you know, Mirelurk Queen was like right here, and I didn't really go beyond this small oval. And again, there's so much more that I could be doing. I could be searching the cabins here. I could be going through Berkeley Springs and Harper's Ferry for scavenge. I could be all the way over here at T-Town for the acid from the cave crickets and then the gold and crystal deposits. I could be over here looking for all the Mega Sloth spawns. You know, there's just so many options and opportunities, and that's just in the area that I know around here. You know, other camp areas, like I camped down here in Charleston for the longest time. Like, this is one of my favorite spots to camp, is right here. So there's the power station, there's the junkyard, there's all these mines that are in the ash heap, there's all the little... Yeah, and I didn't get everything, like... I haven't even searched half of this stuff. But that's really the idea, you know, wherever you decide to plant your flag, get real used to the area nearby, because eventually you're going to have this your own little route to go and, hey, I can find screws here, or hey, I can go find aluminum there. So, yeah. Hopefully you found this informative and entertaining, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.